afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the RDA National Championships. It's fantastic to see so many of you here. We're in some fierce competition for space in the shade, but hopefully you found somewhere that you can suitably watch the demonstration we're about to enjoy. Competition is well underway here right across the site. We've got athletes competing in 10 disciplines this weekend, right across the 3 days that we're here at Hartbury. This weekend is an incredible demonstration of two things about RDA for me. One is the pioneering spirit that makes RDA what it is, and the other thing that's remarkable is the breadth of activity. From competitive disciplines that you'll see this weekend, through the real grassroots therapeutic riding and carriage driving that happens every day in RDA groups right across the country, and of course to a broader range of equine-assisted activities. These all deliver life-changing impacts for over 25,000 disabled people every year right across the UK, and we should feel rightly proud for all the parts that we play in delivering that. This year marks a really significant milestone, which is 50 years of carriage driving being a significant part of RDA life. Carriage driving has been absolutely critical to our mission for 5 decades, providing fun, therapy, freedom and opportunity for so many. Of course, it's only possible thanks to the remarkable volunteers that make it happen with their skill and dedication. As part of our celebration of 50 years of carriage driving, I'm delighted to welcome Deborah, a remarkable athlete whose journey began right here at the RDA National Championships when she was asked to do a trial demo in 2004 with a carriage, a cob and a leap of faith. And I'm sure Debs is going to tell us more about that as we get through this afternoon. From a life-changing accident to representing Great Britain on the world stage, Debs has become a trailblazer in paradriving, inspiring many within the RDA and beyond. And today we're delighted also to be joined by Robert Buck. Robert is an esteemed international paradriving coach and a competitor with a wealth of experience. And for many like me who have probably limited knowledge of carriage driving, I hope Robert is going to help steer us through. So I'm delighted to hand over to Robert and Debs. Over to you. Thank you.
Wonderful. You comfortable there, Debs? So the first thing that we're going to look at is, it seems a bit inappropriate today to talk about warming your horse up. But of course, it's not always quite as warm as this. And so we're just going to look at how we make the horse, H here, comfortable. So the first thing that we're going to do is...
Hear.
You don't hear me?
No.
Okay, if you just... Perhaps if you just go across there too.
Yeah. I'm hearing you. Deb's not hearing. Sorry? Okay. Okay.
Okay, comfortable? So if you would be kind enough just to walk him for a moment, Debs.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do is we're going to just look at a normal walk. So Debs walks him. She gives him enough freedom in the connection, in the rein, so that he can use his neck. That's super. And a good starting point to make sure that the horse is calm and comfortable is that he'll lower his neck more or less in line with the rest of his back. And that we can see him doing there. And Deb would be careful to keep a very mild connection through the rein with him, but not anything more than that. So, because it's so warm, we're going to take it that he has walked around a little bit. So we go to the next stage. We've got to warm and loosen and supple the rest of the horse. So you can see already the rein has been lengthened a little bit, and the pony is now taking his neck forward. The main purpose of the neck is to balance the pony. So we make sure that we don't restrain him through the rein. We keep a very clear rhythm and tempo, speed of the rhythm in the walk, so that he loosens his body and warms it up in order to now start showing us the trot. So when you're ready, if you just take a little connection, and by the connection I mean that Debs will just tidy the rein up a little bit. She'll make it a tiny bit shorter. She'll make sure that she's in a position to connect softly her elbow, her shoulder, and her body to the horse. And now she makes a trot. And jolly, jolly, that's just what we want to see. We want to see a small, easy, comfortable trot. It's not a performance trot. It's just something to make him calm and loose and easy. The more he lowers his neck and stretches forward, the more he loosens his back. That's going to help enormously to make him enthusiastic about using his hind legs to come underneath his body for support. And eventually, when we put activity and energy into it, to convert to something that we could call performance. But you can see he looks anything but a performance pony when he's trotting around like that. And it's essential that they start every session feeling that comfort without any pressure. Good. So now when you're ready, Debs, if you'd like to go forwards to walk, we're just going to obviously shorten all the processes so that we can have a chance to show you many different things. So now he comes into a medium walk, and Debs is going to put him on the aids. She's basically going to call him to attention. So she'll use her voice, she'll touch him lightly with the driving aid, and she'll connect to that in making sure that the rein is a suitable length. And so we just give her a little time. She's giving him plenty of warning, because that's the kindest way to get it. You'll see as time goes on, we'll be more wanting him to be quicker to answer, but we're going to be very relaxed about it to begin with. So whenever you're ready, Debs, we see some trot. That's good. And the trot that Debs is going to show us is again a stretching trot, just to warm him up. If you just showed us a circle on both sides. So when he's performing, he'll carry his head and neck up, and when he relaxes and loosens, Deb will give a little bit of rein, and she'll let the neck out a little. That's good. Yeah. So she just gently does it through the rhythm, and the driving aid is the mechanism along with the voice to help him, and you can start to see that the stride becomes slowly more purposeful. That's what we're looking for. At the front end, we're expecting Deb to keep her hand really soft so that the pony is encouraged to move forward into the connection. And when he meets that connection with enough activity, he will start to make a lovely shape. That's good. So if you could perhaps show us where he stretches down a little bit more when you're ready, Debs. That's it. So you can see that as the back loosens and Deb gives him the opportunity of making the rein slightly longer, he will take that opportunity to stretch the head and neck down, and the length of the horse will be converted to length of stride that he can offer her. So he covers a bit more ground, and he makes himself comfortable. Super. And as with everything, we would do it on both sides. Those of you that are riders, you'll be used to this. It'll be everyday fare for you, because that's what we do with all the ridden horses as well. Excellent. Super. So whenever you're ready, Debs, if we can have a transition. So we'd use the voice and the driving aid there just to bring him together so that he's ready. And now we're going to ask him to be a little bit more attentive to Debs, and she's going to put him on the aids as such so that we can start to see a little bit of the first trot that we need to be able to show, and that is the working trot. As it implies, we want to see him do his bit. He's got to be very regular. He needs to stay calm. We're always mindful that he's upright. And we do all these things for a specific purpose. In order to make him comfortable, we make him supple. And that suppleness is enhanced by the activities, the methods of his training. So we can see that he'll slowly get more active. And as he gets more active, Debs will use varying sizes of circles to engage him more, to encourage him to use his hind legs more. That's where the power lies. So she has a little connection to him, and she makes him more active through that. Yeah, good. We see him on the other side. And again, just looking to lift the activity a little bit. That's good. Yeah, super. He's got to be able to show various trots. And the first one is working, as we say. And you can see working trot quite easily. You'll notice that the hind legs over track where the forelegs touch the ground. And it's a pretty energetic kind of trot. And he's starting to find that for Debs now. Yeah, he says it's a little bit warm, and he's going to make her work for every bit of activity she gets. Super. So now when you're ready, if you'd like to start showing us how you progress to making the trot a little bit more active and a little bit smaller. So we're going to use a different size of circle. That's good. And that circle is going to help him come a little bit taller. The frame that he's on will get a little bit shorter, and he'll become active so that we can get to some collected trot when you're ready, Debs. Okay, there we see a good working trot. That's good. So now she'll make sure that the tempo is maintained, the rhythm is maintained, and we can ride a smaller circle and make some collection, please. So the frame will get a little bit shorter. The activity will increase a little bit to help him stay light on his feet and very active and mobile. That's good. Super. And if you do another half circle and show us a transition from there to walk, and then up into the trot on the left rein. So Debs uses her voice, her position, her driving aid to make him more active. That's good. And then we'll go up into collection on this side when you're ready. Yeah. So we just up the activity, and the rein is kept slightly shorter than it would have been for the working. Yeah. And then if you'd be kind enough to take that collection up to the top end and perhaps come across the diagonal with the third trot that we need to show, which is the medium trot. So the energy helps bring the hind leg underneath him. It raises the back and the frame. And Deb keeps that frame in a specific length. But now she'll make it a tiny bit more open, and you'll see how he covers the ground more with a bigger stride while he maintains the rhythm. Super. So if you'd come and do another circle, yeah, or perhaps if you go large, you could show us a shallow loop down the long side, and we can see a more trot heading towards extension from the other side.
I missed all that.
Okay. Yeah? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just if we get up to the top end so that we can do the extended trot towards us. That's it, yeah? Yeah, I'd encourage him a tiny bit more if your soft heart will allow it. That's good. That's good. So get that activity up into him a little bit. That's good. And then if Debs opens the connection a little bit, he can show us a trot which would be more towards the extended side. Super. Great. So, do you feel up to doing the test for us now?
Yep.
Good.
Good boy.
So Debs is going to be doing the para test. She's off to the World Championships in September in Germany, and this will be the test that she needs to show there. So it's based largely on the working trot. And Debs is making sure that she has consistency so that when she comes down the center line, she can maintain that upright rhythm and into a halt. That's good. Then she's got to re-engage all that energy to keep him upright and straight. And then building up into a medium trot across the diagonal. You can see he increases the frame, and then he makes a transition at F to the working trot. And she's keeping that activity up in him so that he is prepared for his deviation. So it's a double deviation here. So having got out, she gets back to the track, leaves the track, keeps the bend consistent with the rhythm. And then once again, she's now getting him ready for the first foray into the collection. So he makes working trot. When he gets to B, he now makes a transition to collection. And he does 4 half circles. There's the first of them. He straightens up, changes the rein. Okay, making sure that he keeps an even bend to show off his suppleness and his ability to generate the activity and maintain it in the collection. Yeah. And then he's got to come across the diagonal in working trot. And there we can see a difference, which is so important to show. And then show that he's supple enough to engage the depth of the corner while maintaining rhythm. Down the center line, and then he's got to show a halt. And the immobility has to be established before walking on. And he walks on into a free walk, so you can see how much he's lowered his head and neck, and he's got to keep striding forward because the hind legs have got to make sure that they're very positive, and it's only brief. And now we're into the trot again and building the activity yet again, which is the never-ending task with producing the dressage. And here comes another opening in the trot, a big frame and a big stride. And then he has to change everything back to the smaller, and he does a half circle to show his suppleness again, and then the ability to hold it perfectly straight. He's going to reach the track just before H, so that he's upright and ready for the next movement commencing at H. So Debs is earning her keep in the heat, making him active, keeping him active, and he comes on to show us a serpentine loop. It's quite tricky because they're irregular loops, and now he has to come in and show that he can again find a balanced halt and be willing to maintain it, showing the rein back, and then straight up into the positivity of the trot again. Got to show that he has plenty of activity. That's good, which is quite difficult every time he goes past the ice cream van. But you can see he's dedicated to the job. He keeps going. He makes working trot up the long side. And then he's going to show that half circle on the other rein. Now he comes back to the track, and where he's going to change the bend to the inside, to the left bend, and he gets himself ready to go down the center line, where he picks up an extended trot. And then Deb prepares him into halt immobility salute.
Good boy.
Very good.
Good boy.
So we'll just give him a moment to catch his breath, because then he's going to show us a little bit of what he can do vis-a-vis the cone exercise that we have here, as well as the obstacles. There we go. So once he gets a chance to relax, he's no silly boy. He's 20 years old and he knows his job, so he relaxes his neck down, makes himself comfortable, and saves his energy for what's coming.
Will you give him a pat for me, please, Robert?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he has. Horse fly on his belly. Thank
Just
you.
a fly on that side.
Good boy. Good boy.
No, that looks good. That looks good. Good, good.
Yep.
So you more or less know the course?
No. I don't know why Robert ever asks me that.
Good. So when it comes to the cones, what they're looking for is mobility. It's a very tight time, and the speed has to be positive. And the saving grace here is that the course looks very kindly, and we're not going to complain. So Debs is heading up towards the start there. Now, before she starts, she'll make sure that she's in a positive trot that she intends to keep throughout the course.
Yeah, I'm just gonna circle him,
So
and I'll put him in a big trot when
she'll make her trot there.
there's not a lot of room.
That's good. Yeah, you make yourself comfortable. So now she'll organize her trot.
H.
And it looks like it takes a lot of negotiating on a warm day, but there he comes. So he gets into a fairly onward trot,
H.
opening that frame to cover the stride. Now he's coming into number 2 into the arena on this bend. Debs keeps the reins even and then uses her body to turn to indicate to him where he ought to go. Now she's coming into the obstacle. So she's
Hey, right.
that's good.
You didn't speak that.
She's going straight. That's A taken out of the way. Now she's coming around through B, straightening up. Then she's chosen to stay wide to go down through C. And then she'll be a little more cheeky to get through D, and out she'll come. That's it. Super. That's the obstacle done. Now we're heading off.
We're 6.
Yeah, you've got to come back
Yeah.
in. That's good.
I know.
That's good. So she'll line up with the cone, and in that case, the outside cone having come from the right-hand side. She picks up that rhythm, showing the coverage, the ground stride coverage that will do him well to keep up the time. And then she's heading into the obstacle. That was a good turn. She's aiming to keep the same rhythm and just keep the ground speed up, because that will give him the best chance of finding a super balance. So we straight down into the next offering of this number 1. That's good. You can see how the suppleness in his training helps him to bend, and she can keep the same size
Where am I going?
stride. That's it. That's it. That's good. Now we're heading down to the bottom of the arena. He's using his big stride. She keeps the reins even. It's a left turn, so you'll see her body hip and shoulder turned left. When she wants to go straight, she straightens her body.
Hey.
And now with the obstacle, she follows the line, turning her body into the direction of the movement. She keeps her elbows bent so that there's no chance of pulling on his mouth unnecessarily. Very good. Now she's picking up her cones again.
Hey.
That's good. She uses the positivity of the trot to straighten him.
Hey.
That's good. And heading off towards the finish. The lovely big open trot.
Good boy. Good boy. Good boy.
Very good.
Oh, I had a ball down.
We're not looking.
How unprofessional is that?
So once he's done his job, he's allowed to stretch forward and down again, as he would do every day in training, so that he can make himself comfortable, he knows how to relax, and saves his energy for the next portion. Good. Now, did you see these riders in here this morning?
Sorry? No.
Yeah, they were doing things in there I hadn't seen before. Hey? Are you going to show us some of those things?
Probably not.
Has he got enough energy?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what I noticed is that those riders kept them very, very attentive. So if you can make him good and attentive, bring him back into the arena.
Hey.
That's good.
Tell me where I'm going again.
That's good.
No, I mean, tell me where I'm going again. with the cones.
Are you coming into the arena?
Yeah. Hey.
Okay. That's good. That's good. So now if we see a trunk, can we just, sorry, have we got our wires crossed? I'm not expecting you to do the course again.
Oh. Just the obstacles?
Yeah, no, not all the obstacles.
Oh, okay.
What I was aiming to do is look at what we saw in the arena this morning, where those horses, just because they had riders on, they did different things.
Oh, yeah, all those Grand Prix people.
Well, that's exactly what we had in mind. So if you go into the arena...
Are you sure?
Absolutely. And the first thing we'd like you to show
have you heard
us...
about this?
Just in walk, please. If you show us what they showed in the arena there, they were able to walk straight, and then they were very mindful to keep the walk smooth and even, so that they could do a turn through 90 degrees left or right. So he can cross his legs over, make himself comfortable. So whenever you're ready, you turn left, and he steps to the left. That's it. Super. Then he can go straight for you. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Super. So then when you're ready, if you show us a little trot again. And if you go down the quarter line so that you can make him go sideways like we were looking at the ones in the arena. Did you remember seeing them?
Yeah.
Okay. So perhaps if you come from the top end, we'll get a better view.
That's a rider thing.
Absolutely, it's a rider thing, but it shouldn't be exclusively a rider thing, should it? So if you go up around to the top and then come down this quarter line.
And yield to the...
Absolutely, we'll try that, should we?
Okay. Hey, he's got some strange ideas today. I think the sun's gone to Robert's head.
Yeah, so the important thing again is that the regularity must be maintained. That's good.
Yeah.
So when he comes down the middle, this is why it's so important to make sure that you keep the two rein connections even and that the steps from the hind leg are even. So when he's upright and straight, he can now be encouraged to step sideways. That's good.
Oh, carriage horses can do it.
Absolutely. That's good. And then why don't you go up the center line and make a halt for us? And then when you're ready in the halt, if you'd like to make a rein back of a few steps.
And.
That's good.
Oh.
That's good. And then when he makes that rein back, you quietly then start to think forward. And why don't we try it in the canter? So if you rein back first.
And 1, 2, 3.
That's good.
You ready?
Yeah. Doesn't matter which rein you...
And.
That's good. So
Robert,
now,
I think this is a swear word in RDA.
Absolutely. That's good. So you keep that nice evenness, and you show us that he can make a circle with a nice consistent pace. All we're looking for is that he's balanced, that he's self-balancing, so he's using his head and neck to do that. And then when Debs is ready, she can ask him to return to trot through the voice and her position. That's good. And then if you'd like to stretch him down. It's so that's lovely. Super.
Good boy.
That's good. And you can see how comfortable the horse is with the stretching because it's something that he knows well and has good associations with. That was splendid, Debs. Good. I think there's a gentleman who wants to have a word with you. So perhaps if you come down here, we can do that.
Oh, oh. Good boy. Look on. Good boy. Oh, oh. Stand. Good lad. That's the only thing about sitting up here. You can't jump off and pat your own pony.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. I think that was a brilliant demonstration. Thank you. I've learned a huge amount about carriage driving.
Thank you. Thank you, Robert.
I'm going to ask Debs and Robert just a couple of questions now so we can delve a bit deeper perhaps into Debs, your journey to get here. So I wonder if you can tell us a bit about your first association with the RDA and how that led you onto this route into the skills that we've seen today.
Okay, well, I've actually, in the past 20 years, come absolutely full circle. After my accident, which was 27 years ago, I did try riding. It wasn't for me. But I came here as a volunteer, and my dulcet West Mids tones went over the tannoy, and my husband helped with the car parking. And then one year I was ill, and they asked me, would I be a guinea pig for a carriage driving demonstration? And I'd never been on a carriage before, not as a passenger, not as a driver. So I said, yeah, sure. And here I am almost 20 years later giving a demonstration. So I've absolutely come full circle. The RDA was amazing. When I decided to take up carriage driving, it was fate, because that demonstration, I actually moved house. And the group, the RDA group, which I did the demonstration with and for, happened to be my local RDA group. So I think it's fate. And it's taken me on a journey and a path I never, ever imagined would ever happen. From RDA to representing my country, nothing is impossible.
Fantastic. And nothing is impossible. And not just nothing, but 6 FEI Para World Driving Championships.
Yeah.
That's quite an array.
I'm the first and currently the only British para driver to have received the FEI Gold Badge of Honour.
Fantastic. Well, absolutely. Debs, do you want to give me a quick wander around while I ask Robert a question? And then I'd love to come back and ask...
And this is H, and actually H deserves all the credit. I just sit here. So can we have a round of applause for H,
I'm sure there's a round of applause for
please?
H in there.
Thank you very, very much.
Brilliant. Give H a little wander for us. I'm going to ask Robert a question, and then I'll come back and ask you about your ambitions for the future.
Okay.
Robert, not all horses are suited to carriage driving, so I wonder if you could give us a bit of your insight into what makes a great para-driving horse in particular, and perhaps H is our model, but what makes a great one?
Yes, I think all the dressage riders will recognise exactly what I'm going to say. Temperament is paramount. There are many good moving horses, but the ones that invariably come out on the top are the ones that have a good trainable temperament. The best gift that you can ever give a horse is be patient in your training so that you establish them with confidence, then you're bound to be successful.
Fantastic, thank you. So H really is a good model for that temperament reason. And Debs, as you spin back round towards us, I wonder if I can turn your attention. So you're in the British Para Driving Squad for 2025. Can you just talk to us about your competition goals for the year ahead?
My competition goals for the year ahead is I have 2 more competitions, which are selection competitions coming up. I've won the first 2, so thanks to H. And this is my swan song internationally. Hopefully, being selected, it will be my 7th and my final World Championship.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Well, I think you've won some new supporters today, so thank you very much. We've got all fingers crossed with you and H. for this year ahead. It's been an absolute honour to welcome you to our championships today. Can I have a round of applause again for Debs, H and Robert too, and very best of luck for the future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good boy.
If you would like to join us, we're going to start at 2:30 the RDA annual awards and prize giving. In the prize giving marquee that's at the top of the bank, it would be lovely to see as many of you there who can gather around the marquee, and we're going to celebrate some of our remarkable volunteers, participants and horses from the last year. So we'll see you shortly. Thank you.